Hello, welcome. My name is Monica and I am a graphic designer and website designer. And I wanted to create this video to show you inside of what the process looks like when I create a custom hand-drawn logo for my clients. This one is a logo for a racing sailing boat, actually. The gentleman's name is Rich, and so I had been asking everyone this week in my email list, if you were Rich, what would you name your boat? Well, Rich decided to name his boat Black Swan, and that's actually the name of his racing team as well. So let's go ahead and look at the concepts. He was such a gentleman. He had so many things ready for me as far as describing the meaning behind the Black Swan, what he was interested in having, and that he wanted it to be a little bit aggressive. He wanted to be kind of looking like it was earnestly chasing, or, you know, maybe a little angry without being too angry. I know that might be vague, but so I created some first sketch concepts. Let me jump in here to my program. So I did some by hand first and pencil and paper, looking at references of black swans, the ones he sent me, and some more on Google Images. And then I came up with these 4 variations here. So the number 2 is with this head where they have it curved back, but when a swan or a goose gets more aggressive, they kind of have their head more down. And then this one, when they go into like a chase mode, they have this big arch in their neck and their head is down really low. So we also played with the maybe more traditional silhouette of the swan, even though the wing's up and very fluffy, it can look like it's kind of in pursuit. Or we go kind of full bore, wings up, kind of reaching up out of the water a little bit. He definitely wanted the one that looked the most aggressive. So we chose B1, and I helped him make that decision as well by finishing out, and these are just rough sketches. I should have started with this. This is a very rough sketch based off of my paper sketches down here and photo of the boat. But I sent these boards to him so that he could see what it would look like to have the shapes of the bodies in with the text here. So we chose, again, A1. And then the next phases after that was coming down here, and I refined the drawing so that it was more finalized and it was a vector. And then what I gave him the option of here is more lines and detail to less. I didn't know if he wanted a very stark, solid silhouette, based on the needs for the graphics and the vinyls for the boat. And he's also getting this printed on a spinnaker sail. So it was okay that it had more detail, and he liked this one with more detail. And so the next board over here showed this particular bird in the 3 final variations for proofing. You can see kind of my work flowing around everything. But what we had to do first was decide kind of the placement of the bird on the boat. Did he want the bird leading the letters? So this would be on his boat when, what is this? The port side, and then on the other side showing what it would be like. And we actually have to reverse this here, because if we put this on the same side over here, then the swan is actually facing this direction, like it's flying and chasing backwards. Whenever you have a logo with an animal or a flag, it always needs to be flowing in the direction of the car, the boat, the vehicle, anything like that. So we need the swan facing this way. And that was actually a mistake that his last vinyl people had done, is they had the swans like swimming or flying backwards. So the other option here was to have the swan kind of chasing the letters and being behind it. Now, the hard part about this was because of the shape of this logo, it didn't give the letters a really good home to kind of tuck into the body of the bird. So we definitely liked this one, and that is the one that I built out in these variations here. So this one is more of kind of like a full color. This is just a variation. I'm not sure if he plans on using this. It was an option, something we had created. So I delivered him the final files of that. Oh, as you can see right now, I'm still showing the 2 different options of having the text tucked into the wing or having the bird chasing the text here. So this isn't my last final board. I just created the final variations off of these. His boat is also black. So we're doing a black animal on a black boat, and the vinyl graphics, it would not stand out. So I needed to create this variation that is a white outline. And then this is the essential primary and official logo that they're going to have embroidered on their shirts, put on their hats, anything else that they're creating for the team is going to use this one. And since we didn't want the bird to essentially be this gray color, there is this kind of silhouette inner fill with the white cutting out the outline of it, so you can still get the texture and detail, but be able to have a solid black, oops, let's zoom in and focus on something else, a solid black logo design. There are a few phases to designs, but we always start with some sketches to pick from. And then we make a final revision with a few alterations to the level of detail or maybe the styling that it's in. And then I send my clients, sorry, almost losing my voice. And then we send my clients this final one here to proof and make some final decisions, like which side of the bird, which side is the swan on for the text, and all of those sorts of things. So I hand draw custom logos. They can be fine detail and very realistic, and have multiple colors, layers of colors. And then we can also do something that's more minimalistic and simplistic, outer lines or impressions of objects or animals or abstract art as well. I've got some more examples of my hand-drawn art logos on my website, which is moessence.com. And I also make and finish off other designs and sketches and sell them in Etsy. My shop is Moessence Design in Etsy, and you can download these graphics to use Canva or even Word to add your own text and make your own logos out of them as well. Those are all under $20. And I also create some social media graphics, all of those beautiful quote graphics that convert so well and get high engagement on Instagram and Facebook. I create bundles of themed graphics as well on Etsy at Moessence Design. And if you have any further questions for me, let me know. I do have some open availability for the rest of my year. I always plan a trip in the year, and my trip is now scheduled, and it's a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. Quite a bit actually. So I do have 3 spots open. I can do 2 that are either branding and or website. And then I have 1 extra time slot essentially to do a custom logo as well. So if you're interested, the pricing varies, but you can go to my website. Let me pull this up really quick. These pricing varies based off of the level of detail and customization that you want. So I've had clients come to me that had much smaller budgets, around $200, $250. And what we would do then is use pre-made graphics from either like Shutterstock or Creative Market or Etsy, and I would alter them and apply different textures or mix and match elements, kind of move all of those little tiny pieces to recreate something entirely unique to them, but it saves a lot of this kind of custom hand drawing and option time as well. So that's also for kind of like a redesign or redraw. If you have something, but you don't have the original files or you need it in a vector, then we're looking at that price range there. But if you're looking for a new kind of more custom logo concept that's minimalist, it'll run about $350 to $600. And if you're looking for something really detailed, graphic art, multiple layers, colors, imaging, shadowing, more illustration, then that can run like from $450 to $900. And do you own these files? Of course, I only reserve the right to display them as a portfolio piece. So you're able to trademark them, and I give you all the different variations and the files as well. So as you saw with the swan, he got essentially 3 different color variations with 4 different layouts of each. And then in each of these files, he got a JPEG, which is a normal image file type that you see, and it has like a white background. And then he got a PNG, which means that there was no background to it, so he could place it over maybe images of the team racing or anything like that for like a watermark, or he could put them on banners in Canva. And then there is an EPS file, and this is the one that any designer can use. So if you want someone to do embroidery and vinyl graphics for the boat, they can go in and they get every single one of these individual little pieces. They can move them, they can change colors in them, and work with these elements individually. So those are EPS files. And then you get the master Adobe Illustrator file. So it'll be kind of like this here, and every single one of these are going to be on their own artboard. So 4 file types, 2 to 3 variations. I always do like a white, a black, and then a full color of all of my logos. So you get all of those files to use in creating anything that you need for your business and your branding in the future. So let me know if you have any questions, if you're ever interested in creating something custom for you. No matter what your budget is, let's look over it. I'll write up a proposal for you and let you know what we can do and what my availability is. So I look forward to seeing what you're creating and what you might need in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.